Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stay calm and happy even when life gets really tough? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stay calm and happy even when life gets really tough? Why can some people smile through storms, while others break under the slightest pressure? If you believe happiness only comes when everything is perfect, this story might just change the way you see life. Once upon a time, in a peaceful valley village, there lived an old lady known for her kindness and unshakable happiness. She wasn't rich, she wasn't powerful, and there was nothing obviously special about her, except for one thing. She was always happy. Her smile was so gentle, her voice so soft, and no matter what happened, she carried a sense of peace that everyone around her admired. People would often whisper, "What's her secret? Why is she never sad?" One day, a young man from the village decided he had to find out. He was often stressed, easily upset, and felt like life was just too heavy. Even small problems could ruin his entire day. Curious and desperate for answers, he went to visit the old lady. He found her sitting peacefully under a tree, knitting an old scarf. She greeted him with a warm, welcoming smile. He hesitated for a moment before finally asking, "Why are you always so happy? Don't you ever feel sad or disappointed? How do you stay so calm when bad things happen?" The old lady looked at him with kind eyes. "You want to know my secret, don't you?" The young man nodded eagerly. She put her knitting aside and began her story. "When I was young, I was just like you. I believed I could only be happy when life was good. But life taught me a different lesson," she continued. "I had a family, a husband, and 2 wonderful children. We weren't rich, but we were so happy together. Then one day, my husband fell very ill. We didn't have enough money for medicine. We tried everything we could, but he passed away. It was the saddest day of my life. I cried for days and nights, and I thought I would never be happy again." The young man listened quietly, his heart aching for her. But after some time, she said, her voice gentle but firm, "I realized that my sadness would not bring him back. My children still needed me. I had to stand up again, for them. I understood that life will always have its good and bad moments, but I decided I wouldn't let the bad ones steal my happiness forever." "How did you do it?" the young man asked, leaning in closer. She smiled a knowing smile. "Every morning, I tell myself today is a new day, and I will find something to be grateful for. Some days, it's easy. Some days, it's very hard. But I always find something: the warmth of the sunshine, a blooming flower, a friendly smile from a neighbor. There is always something good if you just look for it." The young man thought for a moment, and then asked, "But what if something really bad happens? How can you possibly stay happy then?" "It's not easy," she admitted softly, "but I remind myself that everything even the worst days, will not last forever. When something bad happens, I say to myself, this too shall pass. Then I focus on what I still have: my health, my friends, or simply the fact that I am alive." Happiness is a choice. You can choose to look at the bad and be sad, or you can choose to find the good and be happy. The young man thanked her, his mind buzzing with this new perspective. He decided to try her advice. From that day on, he started looking for one good thing. Each day, sometimes it was small, sometimes it was tiny. But slowly, something inside him began to change. He stopped comparing himself to others. He stopped letting fear or sadness control him. He learned to smile even on rainy days, and to feel grateful even when life wasn't perfect. And it wasn't because his life suddenly became easier. It was because he had learned to see it differently. The old lady's wisdom spread throughout the village. People began to understand that happiness isn't about what you have or what happens to you. It is about how you choose to see your life. They learned to find joy in every situation, just like she did. And the village became a happier place. All thanks to one woman who taught them the true secret of happiness. It comes from within. No matter how difficult life becomes, we can always find joy in the small things and choose to focus on the good. Challenges will come and go, but a positive heart will always stay strong. Thanks for watching.